Hey guys, it's Cynthia coming at you with another haul video. We went to an estate sale this morning and we went to Salvation Army. It was President's Weekend, so it was half price day. And it was crazy at the Salvation Army. There were so many people there, so many dealers. But I think we got the best thing. And I think we got it because there wasn't a price on it and people thought it was going to be really expensive. But it wasn't. So I'm going to show you what I got. It's a little bit mixed up because the way I pulled it out of the bags, and off we go. So we're going to start with this Speed Racer baseball cap. I don't buy a lot of baseball caps. I've been trying them again recently, but we do okay with, it's a movie item. I wouldn't leave it behind. It was $1.99, which means I paid $1 for it. If I can't flip this for $1, I should not be in the pop culture business, because that's great. Then this, I haven't even looked up. I probably should have looked it up before I got on with you guys. I also am trying not to buy mugs. I have sworn off mugs, and look what I bought, a mug. But this is so unusual. It's a Disney Little Mermaid, but look at this thing. It's like a castle. Isn't this nuts? And it's also pouring rain. Here we're having what they're calling the storm of the century. Lucifer. They're called the storm of Lucifer. Can you believe it? And my husband's moving furniture because he bought a table. So all that background noise you're hearing is that. Anyway, gorgeous Little Mermaid mug that is designed to look like a castle. And again, it was only $1.99, which means we got it for $1. And I want to see if underneath, yep, and underneath the tag is the Disney Store logo. So very cool. Again, didn't look it up yet, but I expect that to be worth quite a bit. Now, the other day we went to a thrift store and I found this baby Godzilla from the 80s. I couldn't leave Godzilla behind. We have so many Godzilla figures and we actually have had trouble selling them, which is weird because I thought Godzilla would be a big seller. Today I found this. Now, this is not a Godzilla figure. Oh gosh, I don't know if you're getting a good look at him. Let me grab some paper here. I'll hold it behind him so you can see him better. So he's got two heads. And, yeah, that's not really helping, is it? I'm still getting used to this webcam and the angle on him. So he's a two-headed crazy dinosaur. And he's not a Godzilla or anything. He doesn't even have a brand on him. But here's what's really funny is we found him just in the store, just hanging out at the book rack. And I put him in my cart, and I had so many things in my cart that I said, this is ridiculous, and I put him back. And then we went to the other end of the store, and he was there. It's like he moved, and he was waiting for me. It was crazy. So I had to buy him to go with Godzilla. So I don't know. He's probably not worth anything, but again, he was a save. So then I bought something that I thought was a really good deal, but maybe not, because they both turned out to be broken. Now I see why they were left behind. So what they are two Harry Potter snow globes. This one works. It plays music, and it's, the stuff goes around, and physically in good shape, except for the fact that it's missing two of its feet, which means it doesn't sit down properly, which is kind of a pain in the neck. But my husband thinks he can fix that. Also, if you look, the water in the globe, if you can tell, is getting a little bit yellow. And when that starts to happen, there's nothing you can do about it. The other thing that's weird is, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, it looks like it's not sitting right. See this here? It looks like it's not sitting flat. So I'm wondering if this whole one was damaged. So I don't know. I'm hoping somebody will still want it. It's going to cost a lot to ship, unfortunately, because it's very heavy. But it does play, and it is a Harry Potter music box. And it's vintage, I think, from the 90s. But we do have to fix the feet. Wow, it is getting crazy outside. We have high wind advisory. We parked our car to get food, and just as we were about to get out of the car, we heard this thump on the roof. It reminded me of, there was an old movie called Gargoyles I used to watch when I was a kid, and there's this scene where the gargoyle, they're trying to rush away, drive away, and the gargoyle lands on the roof of the car, and that's what this reminded me of. There was a thump at the top of the car, and I thought, oh my God, it's coming to get us. And it was a branch, it was a tree branch that fell on the car. I'm glad we're home. We didn't go far on purpose because we knew the storm was coming, but It's pretty crazy. The rain here isn't so bad as it is in Los Angeles, because I see already in Los Angeles they've got flooding, but the wind is nuts. So anyway, back to where we are. So here's the other Harry Potter I got. This is a better snow globe. It's clearer, and this one is not a wind up. This is a digital one, so this tells me this was newer. But oh my gosh! Okay, I'll tell you why I'm laughing in a second. So why I'm laughing is when I first turned it on, it did nothing, and I'm looking at the buttons on the bottom, going, I cannot figure this out. How to turn this thing on? It says it plays music. It says it plays the Hungarian dance. I think it was called the Hungarian sword dance. I thought. I changed the batteries. Nothing. Did not work. I put the old batteries back in, thinking, why not? It's dead. And I just now turned it on for you, and it works. So, excellent. So this one was $7. That means I got it for $3.50, and I wish I had the box. That would be really super, but I think this one is going to sell for a lot. And I did see a similar one in the same range sell for about $45. So I'm thinking that's going to be a good find. I just need, the other one was not so good. Oh, I'm excited now. I didn't know that worked. Okay, so let me show you a couple of t-shirts, then we'll take a break and go back to some other stuff. When I was standing in line, our two best finds were just on the front of a rack. When I was standing in line waiting to check out, the line goes by the what I would call like the junior section of clothing, which I generally don't even look in because I don't do well selling small sizes. But this was hanging right on the front where I could see it. So it says warm bodies, and when I looked at it, I thought, oh, come on, that is a heart dripping blood. So I told my husband to go over and see if there was anything on the back, and sure enough, it says, oh my God, why am I like so screwy about showing you things? Warm Bodies in theaters, February 13th, 2013. So this is a movie, and I looked it up when I got home, and it's a zombie movie. It's a love story, a zombie love story. It was, where's the tag? It was only $4.50 to start with. I got it for $2.25. Now, t-shirts from this movie do sell for about $10. So I'm thinking I could get 25 or more for this. What's fun about it is, even if you don't like the movie, do you see it's got a little bit of a stain there? Yeah, a little bit of a mark right there, a little zombie attack happening there. Even if you don't know this movie, this bleeding heart, this is Warm Bodies, has got to be something for somebody. Okay, I do have to remember to clean that one. Okay, somebody tell me the joke here. I constantly buy Doctor Who shirts, and I shouldn't, because they don't sell. Which is crazy. This is from Graphic Tees. This is one of these parody mashup t-shirts. And it is Tigger coming out of the TARDIS. I don't get it. It's funny. There's a honey pot on the top. I'm thinking, is it like Dr. Pooh instead of Doctor Who? He's got the fez, so he is a specific doctor, and excuse me, I don't remember which one, but I do know that the fez and that outfit is a particular doctor. It's adorable. It's Disney and Doctor Who, so I'm thinking I should be able to flip it, right? It was $4.50. That means I got it for $2.25. Like I said, I think the trouble with Doctor Who is there's a lot of it because it's made for like Hot Topic and things like that, and a lot of the Doctor Who clothes are really cheap. These are these parody shirts, and again, as much as I love them, they don't always sell as well as I think they should, but I have high hopes for that one. This one, I didn't even look up. You know what? I really tried to tell myself today just to buy the stuff that I like, that I know is in our wheelhouse, and not waste the time looking up, because it was so crazy. There was a woman in front of me in the t-shirt line. She was coming toward me. I was going that way. She was starting in the smalls. I was starting in the largest. And she already had her cart. It was so overflowing. She must have had 100 items in her cart. And she was just clearing the racks. And so I just had to get everything I could get. So this one was a $4 shirt that I got, I don't have my glasses on, that I got for $2. Now, I'm a little confused on the sack that it is, let me get it up here, it's Hannibal from Silence of the Lambs. Get back far enough you can see it. But the back says Wholehearted. I don't know what that is, but I figured the Hannibal shirt alone will sell this. It feels like it's never been worn. I feel like it was a promo shirt for somebody, and they got it, never wore it. It's pretty darn creepy, and I think it should sell very well. On the not creepy side, something we used to buy a lot of that we haven't bought as much of lately are, this is a Newport Blue, car shirts. The back is the selling point on this one. Once again, doing my thing. So it's a VW Beetle shirt, and I love the fact that there's these 3 cars in different colors on the back. There we go. And then the front has a small VW Beetle emblem in the front. It is a Newport Blue shirt, and it was $4, which means I got it for 2. It's 2X, which is really great for car shirts. Again, feels like it's never been worn. Feels really brand new. We do very well with very specific car shirts like this that car collectors like. So VW, Mustang, any old hot rod shirts, things like that. If they're in good condition, large sizes, they're great sellers. I could potentially get $25 or more for that. This one, oh yeah, so this was the surprise that, I don't know, could sell for a lot. So I grabbed it because it looked like first it looked like a Hawaiian something, and I look at Hawaii shirts. Then it looked like, I saw at the bottom, it says Tour 99, Unplugged Tour. It does say Tour there somewhere. Anyway, it does, trust me, it says Unplugged Tour 99. The graphic is weird though, it's just kind of a mushy mess. It almost looked handmade. The back, look at that. Guess who that is, do you know? That is Carlos Santana. So this is a Carlos Santana tour shirt. Now, Unplugged is an MTV show. And when I look this up, when I looked up Carlos Santana and Mana, I get nothing. But if I just look up Mana Unplugged, I get a very similar shirt in graphic. The graphic is almost the same, but it has long sleeves. That one sold for a crazy $39. So, I don't know. I'm hoping that was $39 for a long sleeve. I should be able to get at least 20 some for this one, even though it is a really odd, it's such an odd graphic. It just, I don't know, it just doesn't look like anything. It's very fussy. So, but anyway, so again, I got it for like $2. Let's do one more shirt and then we'll switch over for a little bit. Saving my best for last. Okay. Once again, I bought something, I probably shouldn't have because it's probably not going to sell. But once again, we got Back to the Future. This one is flux capacitor. It's what makes time travel possible, is what it says. Seriously do not know why. Okay, somebody tell me why I can't get the straight angle on the shirts. What am I doing wrong? Okay, let's go to the top. Flux capacitor. I want to fill the screen. This way. So opposite. Ah, flux capacitor. That's kind of the opposite of what I think. It's just a plain old Hanes shirt, so it's like a fan, not a fan made, but you know, it's just, it could be a fan made. It's 2X. I got it for, it was $4, so I got it for $2.50, $2.25. Feels like it's never been worn. I can't leave a Back to the Future shirt behind. I have so many of them in my store. So if you're a Back to the Future fan, come get a great deal on a Back to the Future shirt from me because I cannot stand to see these things stay at the thrift store. I'm going to switch gears for a second and show you this. So the estate sale we went to today, let me show you something else first. The estate sale we went to today had a bunch of U.S. Olympic jackets. USA Olympics. Just a nice windbreakery kind of jacket. And it has the USA, made in the USA logo. They had this white and gray one. Hang on, I'm getting there. Oh, I didn't get the other one. There was a black one that I left behind because it was kind of iffy condition. I almost left this one behind too, but this one was specifically Beijing, which I thought was nice. It's got a little something happening over here, but I think we can clean that up. USA tag. So those two jackets and everything else I bought today, 2 pairs of Land's End men's pajamas that my husband may keep. This t-shirt, which I just grabbed, only, well, I'll tell you the lesson at the end of it. This shirt, purple manatee shirt, kind of fun. I like the manatee on it. I would not normally grab this. This, the book I'm going to show you, and the toys I'm going to show you in a second, we got all of it for $15. Now, when we go to an estate sale, unlike a thrift store, I can bundle. I love to bundle. I would never have bought these jackets if I had to pay $3 to $5 a piece for them. Probably not. But bundling them, she gave me all the clothes, basically she said, for $5, and then charged me $10 for the other item that I'm going to show you, which I don't like thinking the other item cost me $10. So I'm going to think it all cost me $15 total. So again, I would never have just bought this shirt. If this was on the rack at Goodwill, even for $2, it would not even have crossed my eye. But knowing that I was bundling, and it probably wouldn't matter if I added it in, it's a cool manatee shirt, I threw it in. My husband also threw in a cassette that he wanted. So the person who, sadly I'm sure, had passed away, and it was their estate sale. We live near a community for senior citizens, and they have quite a few estate sales in there. So it's very similar products a lot of times. There was some beautiful artwork. Oh my God, there was a circus poster that was so gorgeous. They wanted $250 for it. I mean, we had nowhere. It was huge. We couldn't have used it, but it was so amazing. That's the other reason I love to go to estate sales, is I see the most incredible things that I would never see in person anywhere else, or you didn't even know existed. So anyway, this person obviously was a fan of the Olympics, and they went to the Olympics. This is the Souvenir Olympic program, and because they have the jackets, I'm almost wondering if they had something to do with someone in the family was an Olympian, because obviously they went to Beijing. This is from the Los Angeles 1984, and as you can see, there's some stuff in there. Now, the downside is it's a little ruined on the back. Sadly, it got wet at some point. So you can see how the pages, if you can see, the pages are warped at the bottom. Not all the pages. Now, I haven't even looked in here officially yet. There's some newspapers, but there's also some things like this, which I didn't even know what it is. I'm going to put my glasses on for a second. Oh, it was the ticket book. Look at this. It's the ticket book for the thing. Team handball, archery, track and field. And they didn't use those tickets. What did they use? Team at Cal State Fullerton. Archery, track and field. I don't know, but it's kind of cool. There's some, so here there's the tickets for 1984 Olympics in Los Angeles. And then there's also, tucked in here, oh, here's some more. Olympic Park. So another ticket. And the bus pass to get around for the Olympics. Tucked in here. So I love these extra little pieces. I think they really add to the value. Oh, there's another bus pass. So I'm going to flip through this better and see what else I can find hiding in here. I'd be surprised what you can find inside books and things. But big, so again, I have no idea if this has any value. I did not bother to look it up. I had all those Olympic jackets and thought, I'm going to just add to it. So let me show you 2 other shirts. I'm going to go back to what I got from that state sale. This I also picked up today at Salvation Army. It is a Cirque du Soleil. What is this one called? Nuba. And again, I used to buy Cirque du Soleil all the time. I have trouble moving some of it. It's become a little bit too common, but this one was new with tags. does it say? That this was originally, what do we got there? 20, can't get it. I can't tell if it says $29.99 or $20.99. But either way, I didn't pay that for it, obviously. So, new with tags. It was only $4.50. I got it for $2.25. It's got a nice sleeve emblem. Again, feels, well, what am I saying? Feels brand new. It is brand new. No one's ever taken the tag off. Somebody got this as a souvenir. Never wore it. 2 shirts, and then my last 2 big finds. All right. This one was $3.99, so I got it for $2. Very light. I again generally tend to stay away from these really light t-shirts. It's from Pop Killer, and look at that. I bet you some of you know what that is. Now it just says I love you. Those are Rocky Horror lips, if I ever saw one. Although I don't think the Rocky Horror lips have fangs, do they? I'm going to have to look at that again. I think that might be an addition. And then the Bloody I Love You, again, somebody is going to love this shirt. It is, it kind of goes with my Hannibal and some of the other crazy things. So I think that's going to be a good seller. I love the spooky stuff, and there's a lot of people who love to buy it. All year long, not just Halloween. Okay, the last shirt I bought, well, you'll see why I bought it. And it's either so stupid that no one's ever going to want it, or it's so stupid that somebody's going to want it immediately. So, what it is, it's weird. So Quicksilver the clothing company, had a sales meeting for their sales team in 2002, and everyone got this shirt. And it says, you can't rock and roll. Now, the bottom part kind of says something filthy. Don't fucking go. All right, I'm not gonna say it. So again, because it's the way it's written, I don't know why. I have to go opposite. That's what it is. I have to go opposite what I think. So this is what it says at the bottom. But the reason I bought it is this picture. That is David Hasselhoff as Knight Rider with Kit in the background and Gary Coleman from Different Strokes. I think he was on an episode. I think this might be an actual picture from the show. But like, totally somebody wants a shirt with Knight Rider and Gary Coleman on it. They do. And then just the fact that it says something strange, I don't know. Like I said, this thing is either going to be, somebody's going to snap this up in a second. Sadly, it's a small. I wish it was bigger. Or it's going to sit in my store forever. No one's ever going to buy it. There's no in between. Okay, 2 last things. Which one should I show you first? Let's start with this. This bucket. I know I should do an ASMR video with this one. I think I might. This bucket is full of, well, let me show you what it says. So we came on the second day of the sale. Everything was half off. They still had a lot of stuff there. I think the storm and all this really kind of stopped people from going. And plus, it's in this gated community. You have to have gate passes and all to get in. It's kind of crazy. This is what it said. Lego people, take all $45. I would never spend $45 on a bucket of Lego people, even though it's probably worth it because Lego figures sell really well. I would just have a hard time with that. At $20-some, I definitely would have snatched up a tub this big of Lego figures. The only problem is this. These are not Lego figures. These are Playmobil. Now, I like Playmobil, but Playmobil is not worth what Lego figures are worth. And I think the reason these haven't sold in the first day is because they were marked wrong and nobody was going to pay that kind of price. When I got them home, I realized that they are vintage Playmobil people, which you can tell from, I don't know, I think it's going to pick up on this camera. It says 1974 on the feet, and there's a word. It's not an American word. It says Geobra, which I guess was the wherever Playmobil comes from. Denmark, Sweden, Dear Bra. Anyway, it's obviously it was the name of the company, I guess, before they were branded with Playmobil on them. They're very simple, and somebody told me later you can tell vintage, even if you don't see this 1974 on the feet, that these hands don't turn. They turn on new ones. You can turn the hands to put things in their hands. These hands are solid. There's other little things you can look at. The 74 on the bottom does not mean these came out in 74, but from what I read, I think they changed doing that in like 78. So they're definitely vintage. And they're mostly just wearing plain outfits. I might do a video just of these alone because there is some cool stuff in here. I haven't even looked. I didn't dig. I was just like, I'll take it. So the deal where she made me was $10 in the bucket. And I almost said no. I hesitated, and she said, oh, you know, for $10, I'll take them home and give them to my kids to play like that. And then when she added everything together, it was only $15. So I'm like, oh, okay. If I can walk out of the door for $15 with the jackets, and all that stuff, and all this, sold. So I took them, and I'm glad I did. Like I said, I had no idea that they were vintage when I grabbed them. There's some tiny little baby ones in here. And I think, way down at the bottom, because I haven't looked, oh, how cute is that one? There are a few little bits at the bottom. Oh, look, there's a jester hat. This is number 5 for some reason. I don't want to look too hard because I want to be surprised. But, oh, look, there's a bucket. So, when you say these are vintage, you think they have a ton of value. Vintage doesn't automatically mean they have a ton of value. I've seen people sell 10 or more of these figures for about $14. So there's no question I'll make my money back on them. But there might be, when I go through, some individual ones, you know, like specific, like that looks like a little Civil War guy, that have a better, they have value on their own. A lot of what's in here are just these guys in the white. But then you hit something like that guy had a camera. That's super duper. And then like a bike helmet. I think that's a bike helmet. I got it on sideways, but anyway. Camera, bike helmet. So those little bits, I think, are probably where the value is. Usually that's what happens, like with Barbies and stuff. These tiny little bits, because they get lost and are hard to replace. There's a tiny little suitcase. So I think I'm going to save this bucket, and I'm going to make a separate video where we'll look at this together. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot to show you the best thing we got. So my husband gets credit for this one. This jacket was sitting just on the front, facing out on a rack at Salvation Army. Let's see if I can get it's a denim jacket with the doors. This is embroidered. This is like a decal. The Jim Morrison at the bottom is embroidered, and then inside has this enormous Rock Embassy. I know you guys are so sick of me trying to figure out how to get in the camera. There we go. Rock Embassy logo. This is inside the jacket, and then there is this Rock Embassy tag. From what I can figure out, Rock Embassy was one of two things, or it's the same thing. Rock Embassy did make tour jackets for a bunch of bands, particularly some early hip-hop bands in the 90s, hip-hop acts in the 90s. This obviously is not that. But I also read that Rock Embassy set up little mini stores inside Sam Goody. Remember Sam Goody? And I think it was the warehouse CD, music stores. So in order to sell like clothing, high-end music-related clothing inside a Sam Goody store. As far as I could see, this company only went up to about 92, and then they stopped. They didn't renew their trademark. I found that online. So if they didn't renew their trademark, they probably went out of business. I saw a Led Zeppelin jacket from Rock Embassy sell for $179. The tour jackets from Rock Embassy sell in the $500 range. Like I said, this is not a tour jacket, but hey, Jim Morrison, fantastic denim jacket, that alone from Rock Embassy. I'm thinking we could do 150 on this. All right, last shot to try to get it exactly what I think. Why can I not get this figured out? So crazy. Okay. So, that's everything. That's what I got. I'd love to know what you got. Did you go out is it storming where you are? Did you go out in the rain? Did you get some thrift haul? If not today, this weekend. I'm sure you're going to go thrifting. Tell me about it. Link me to your hauls and tell me about the coolest thing you got. And if you've got any information on anything I showed in this video, particularly that jacket or these Playmobil figures, please do tell me about it in the comments below so we can all learn together. Happy thrifting, everybody, and I hope this week you make some really great pop culture profits.